people have been reporting receiving these calls, emails, even texts threatening to have your electricity shut off if you don't adequately and immediately pay something.
Yeah, they're scammers, utility scammers trying to defraud you. And they recently got a local business owner. As WMAR 2 News' Mallory Safasta reports tonight, this scammer somehow had access to some very important information. Now she's trying to warn others, because if it's a matter to you, it's a matter for Mallory.
The script is constantly changing with utility scammers. We've seen them duplicate BGE's voice response system, replicate the caller ID, but they took it a step further this time, where instead of asking for the business owner's BGE customer ID number, the scammer already had it. Like clockwork, Demetra Stefanoni says BGE imposters target her business.
We get multiple calls every week. We get people that walk in. It's nonstop.
She says this has been going on for several years. Never had she fallen for these tricks until a few months ago when Demetra saw that BGE was calling.
They didn't have our payment, and I said, yes, it did. It cleared the account. They're like, it never applied. It was a month before. With the billing, it got screwed up. And I was able to make a payment, and they got me.
Demetra went to a payment center where she wired close to $800 to the caller. They then called back asking for more money.
When I made the payment, I knew at that point that something was wrong, but I couldn't stop it.
She thought she knew better, but it was a combination of things that threw her off. The caller ID, which was spoofed.
It's almost a mirage because it's not BGE's number, but it will show up on your caller ID as BGE number.
Scammers can easily do this online, and he knew certain things that only the account holder and BGE should have access to.
He verified my last payment. He verified when my payments were due. He verified everything. He knew my account, which was what scared me.
He also knew the cross streets and that BGE was doing work in the area.
Almost like if he was outside looking in. He knew. He knew information.
How he did, she still doesn't know. But she wants others to be aware that it's possible, and she wants to see BGE do more to alert customers.
So about $500,000 have been scammed from our customer base this year.
$500,000 out of the pockets of Marylanders and into the hands of scammers. Chima Obichijoke, the director of customer care at BGE, says they take this very seriously. And at this call center in downtown Baltimore,
good morning, thank you for calling Baltimore Gas and Electric. My name is Gwendolyn. How may I assist you today?
Around 200 employees are working to answer questions about accounts, outages, and scams.
If there's ever any doubt, actually hang up and then call the BGE number. Right? So call the 1-800-685-0123, and then whoever you speak to will guide you through.
He said they try their best to alert customers to new scams, but they're always evolving.
They're constantly coming up in new ways. So we address it in one way, we think we've got it, they come up with a new creative way, right, to come back at us.
Without being able to shut these scammers down for good, they've tried to educate the public, posting weekly videos with hashtag StopScammerSunday, joining with the Attorney General to promote awareness, working to give consumers the tools to avoid becoming victims.
So bottom line is, if it doesn't sound right, it doesn't feel right, double check. Go with your gut.
And if someone comes to your door and says they're with BGE, ask for their company photo ID, look for logos on their clothing, and most importantly, never give out your account ID number or show them your bill.
And if you've been the target of a scam, report it to local police and BGE, because the more they know, the more they can do to try and protect customers. And if you have a matter for Mallory, she wants to hear from you. You can email her at mallory@wmar.com, or you can also find her on Facebook and Twitter.